Today has been one of my shittiest days in a long ass time. I woke up this morning after watching the Cavs game and being heartbroken. I went into work, finding out that I had to work 12 hours today. And then to top it all off, I witnessed breaking news of George Pickens being traded. And when I saw that breaking news, I dropped my phone to the ground. I dropped to my knees and I looked up at the sky and I said, God, why are you doing this to me? So, George Pickens finally got traded, and he's going to Dallas in exchange for a third round pick next year and a late round pick the year after that. So, the Steelers trade away Pickens, and they're not going to try this experiment with DK Metcalf and George Pickens. So, I'm interested to see what they're going to do now at receiver, because now you have 12 picks, and I think quite literally half of those picks are all in the third round. So maybe there's something cooking from Omar Khan to move some of these third round picks to get another receiver. Maybe you go out and get one in free agency. I don't know. But this trade was ultimately a head scratcher. Because why would you trade George Pickens and not witness a potential duo with Metcalf and Pickens to see what would happen? Now, ultimately, this decision was not made by Omar Khan or Art Rooney. It was made by Mike Tomlin. Now, I don't know if Mike Tomlin saw something at minicamp that ultimately said, you know what, this duo ain't going to work. We got to trade him, right? Now, granted, Pickens is known for a little bit of Pickens and Metcalf are both known to have some attitude problems. So maybe something at minicamp just kind of hit something in Mike Tomlin's head that said, you know what, this isn't going to work, right? Like something devastating had to happen at minicamp to say, you know what, this isn't going to work. We got to get him the fuck out of here. And they got him out of here. Now, I'm hoping Pickens does well in Dallas. He deserves it. He is in the final year of his contract. I don't think Dallas is going to pay him because Dallas is already paying CD. They're already paying Dak. They're about to pay Micah. I don't think they're going to pay Pickens. And I think Pickens will be hitting free agency after this year. So, I'm hoping Pickens gets the bag and goes where he wants to go. But history does repeat itself when Mike Tomlin does trade wide receivers. So, usually, top wide receivers that play for Pittsburgh that just have really bad attitude problems or just a diva or just are in trouble, Mike Tomlin says, we can't have this in the locker room, get him out of here. And then he ships them on out of here, and they end up doing worse than what they did when they were with the Steelers. Happened with Antonio Brown, happened with Martavis Bryant, happened with Santonio Holmes. Do I think it happens with Pickens? Probably. We'll have to wait and see what happens, I guess. But when I sold the trade, it was really a head scratcher. It didn't make any sense. Because right now, the Steelers are back at square one. So what do you do at receiver now? You got DK Metcalf, and outside of DK, who else do you have? You don't have a number two. Unless you're really heavily on Calvin Austin. I've heard nothing but good things from Roman Wilson, so I'm hoping he does really well next year. You also got old-ass Robert Woods. So, who's going to be your second receiver, right? Now, I'm hoping, like I said, Roman Wilson does really good this year. I've heard nothing but good things from him. But we'll have to wait and see. Maybe Omar Khan has something cooking with all these third-round picks that he has in his back pocket. Maybe he'll trade for a DJ Moore or get one in free agency. The free agency list is kind of slim pickings. You got Gabe Davis, who just got released today, but he's injury prone. You got Keenan Allen and Amari Cooper, who are old, and I don't think will bring any production because, well, Keenan Allen might. Amari Cooper might not, because he was not productive when he went to Buffalo. So, right now, it's kind of a head-scratching trade of what do you do at receiver now if you're Pittsburgh. Now, I'm hoping Pittsburgh has something up their sleeve to kind of solve this situation. Maybe their secret weapon really is Roman Wilson, and Roman Wilson has a phenomenal year. And credit to him for having a phenomenal year if he does. He was injured all of last year, so maybe he just pops off, and we were all proven wrong that Roman Wilson was our number two all along. The only question is, who's that person going to be thrown to him? Is it going to be Will Howard, Mason Rudolph, Aaron Rodgers? No one knows who's our quarterback going to be. So, I guess if you just leave with the receivers you have, I guess that's fine because no receiver would probably come to Pittsburgh to be like, I don't know who the fuck's throwing me the ball. Because no one knows who the fuck is throwing them the ball. I don't think the organization itself knows who their starting quarterback's going to be. Right now, it is May 7th. No starting quarterback for the Pittsburgh Steelers has been named, except for Mason Rudolph, and that's it. Mason Rudolph is the person that has been confirmed, essentially. All the rumors of Aaron Rodgers coming, no one knows if that's going to happen now. My personal favorite would be Will Howard starting, but ultimately, you have a gap now at wide receiver. You also still have a gap at quarterback. So there's two answers on the offense of what do you do. So I'm hoping the Steelers, like I said, have something cooking in their back pocket. Maybe the secret weapon all along really is Roman Wilson, and we all just kind of get laughed at on our face that Roman Wilson was the number 2 wide receiver the whole time. And I would be okay with that. Anyway, I just wanted to come on here and just talk about George Pickens being traded, talk about that trade a little bit. Appreciate you all watching. Hopefully I made your day a little bit better. Drink plenty of water. Stay safe. Love you guys. Peace out.